Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki kun episode 7. This episode was entirely ridiculous, just like most of the series is. I honestly thought for a split second that Nozaki and Sakura were going on a date. Like for a split second, I was just like, oh, okay, we might be developing something a little bit here. But fuck no, it nothing happened from that. Nothing came from that date that they went on. I was just like, holy shit. It's funny because in the episode, Sakura said something like, don't get your hopes up, Chio. You know what I'm saying? Don't read into the situation too much. It was almost like the creator was saying that to the audience. Like, don't get your hopes up. Because my hopes were like, oh shit, they on a date. Nozaki might realize that, hey, like, I'm seeing Sakura in a different light. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with her, we're shopping together, having a good time. I'm enjoying her company. This might be a good thing. But, you know, the episode was real cool. I mean, I thought it was funny. You know, I like seeing Mikorin. I was just complaining about that in the last review, but we got him back again, and he's doing some of the wild, zany shit that he usually do. And I like seeing Mikorin in these scenes when he's there, man. Mikorin is one of the funniest characters in the series. He's supposed to be modeling for these girls in an art class, and initially he turns it down, but when the other girls ask him, he says yes, and then he tries to get Sakura to talk them out of having him at being the model, and she's like, no, and she has him model, and he's doing various poses for all these girls, and Nozaki joins in too, and he positions everyone to model for him and all that type of stuff, and it was just weird. And after that though, like, what happens was kind of weird because Nozaki said that when Mikorin is kind of comfortable around people, he'll start to like get ahead of himself. Like you can tell that he was still somewhat nervous being around those girls. He was kind of like looking bashful and shy and all that type of shit. But Nozaki said that when he gets a little comfortable around girls, then he started to get ahead of himself. So the girls were just like, hey, you gonna model for us again? And then Mikorin was just like, yeah, I even do something in the news for you, no problem. And I was just like, holy shit. Like, what the fuck just happened? And that's how the episode ends, with that revelation, though, man. But like I said, I really thought that something was going to come of this date between Sakura and Nozaki. I even thought that when they were walking home together, because it was a day off, so they didn't have to do any work and whatever. Like, they were walking home, and Sakura was just like, oh, we don't have to do any work for the manga today. I've gotten accustomed to going over Nozaki kun's house, so it's kind of weird to not be able to go over there, you know. And then Nozaki was like, are you doing anything after this? She was like, no. And then he was like, would you mind coming over to my house? I was like, well, okay, we might get something here. I kept saying, I'm like, okay, we might get a little bit of progression in the romantic aspect of this anime. But no, he wanted her to come over because he made too much food. And he had to get rid of the food. And then he bought her a present. And I was like, okay. He bought her something. She was reading into it. I had been burnt twice already. I was like, there's no way I'm buying into this shit. I'm not buying into it right now. I already know it's going to be some bullshit. It's going to be something ridiculous. And it was the sailor uniform he had been trying to get her to put on the entire episode. The entire first half of the episode, he tried to get her to put on this sailor uniform. And she was too embarrassed to model in it, and that's what he bought her, that sailor uniform. I was like, wow, this is fucking ridiculous. I'm like, it made me laugh so hard because, like I said, I'm really looking at this as a comedy and not a romantic comedy. It's more of a parody. Like I said last time, it's more of a parody. So seeing this episode kind of fucked me up. I was like, wow, this is really, really, really ridiculous. But let me know what you guys thought about it, though, man. Let me know what you think about the series as a whole. Bash Stampede.